Welcome to Working Dragon Mystic, where we discuss real, metaphysical, and occult content so that you can manifest real and tangible results in your life. This week, we're going to continue our series on the Goetic spirits. This week, we're going to be talking about the 29th spirit of the Goetia Astaroth. All right. Now, if this is your first time here at Working Dragon Mystic, we do have a formula, we do have a theme, we have a process, and we will continue to follow that. If you enjoy content of this kind, do be sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Helps to support the channel, helps us get more content to more people, and help more people seek self-mastery and self-empowerment, which is our goal here at Working Dragon Mystic. Also, if you don't know, you can go to workingdragonmystic.com. There you can find all of our stuff, whether it be merch, our online school, or you can even find the YouTube channel, but you're already here, so you probably won't need that. But it's a one-stop shop for everything that we do right there. We also do have a gilded community. You should be able to find that link in the About section here on the YouTube channel. I'm going to try and get that added to the website as well. All right, good. All right, cool. Consider the classes. The courses allow us to go deep dive into things that we can't do here on YouTube. So go check out the online school. I think you'll like it. Now, back to this, shall we? All right. And today I'm drinking out of my Outlaw soap cup because they were nice enough to send it. You all have been doing a great job and loving them as much as I have. So check it out. And if you haven't, there's also a link below in the video. Now, this time, seriously, to the work. All right. Astaroth. Many of you have been asking me about Astaroth, so sorry to tease you with the long intro. But let's get into this, okay? We usually start with the basic appearance of the entity as listed in the Goetia. Appearance listed in the Goetia is said to appeareth in the form of a hurtful angel, riding an infernal beast like a dragon, and carrying in his right hand a viper. This is one of the reasons I'm not fond of this form of visionary, interpretive, poetic descriptions. This doesn't tell us a whole crapping lot. Maybe it told somebody back then. It doesn't tell us a lot by and large. Now, when I have worked with Astaroth and I've spoken with other individuals, we've not really seen this. We have seen Astaroth show as an angel. We don't know why they would refer to him as hurtful. Riding an infernal beast. Never seen that. Though I do see that they say like a dragon. Now I have seen him. I don't know if you'd call it infernal beast or not, but I have seen him riding a mount that oh, how would I explain that thing? Because I wouldn't call it an infernal beast at all. I would not use that for a description. Think of a buffalo-sized Komodo dragon. That might be a good way to describe it. Or for my gamer geeks out there, think of a Kodo from World of Warcraft. That's also a pretty good description right there. Kodo. Okay. I know that's like cheesy as crap, but that's what it makes me think of. Either like a bison-sized Komodo and a Kodo, something in there. Would not refer that as infernal and really would not refer to that as a dragon. But that's with me being picky, and I've spent so much time working with dragons. I do see like the Komodo dragon got his name for a reason. So obviously I see why people would refer to that as a dragon. I get that. Now carrying in his hand a viper. I have seen him with a pet snake. I currently do not recall the snake type, but viper could definitely be it. But this description does definitely come off and make Astaroth look as a far more intimidating than I've found Astaroth when I've been working with him. Now, quick note on this video. I do use the term him for Astaroth. I do, that's how Astaroth has always appeared to me. And I do know a lot of people view Astaroth as female, especially here in the modern days. And there's a lot more correspondences that are, adding to that. I know a lot of magicians who work with Astaroth, and they will use the term she or those kinds of things when talking about Astaroth. That's fine. And there is plenty of reason to think Astaroth came from a Astarte, actually. But just to be clear, not stepping on toes, entities are not locked into a gender. And if Astaroth shows to you as female, groovy. I actually hope one day I get to see that. So far, has not. So I just use the general, especially since we're speaking of the Goetia. Okay, just letting you know that. All right, groovy. Now here we go. We need to get into those little rankings, those little associations that we always do. So in the Goetia, Astaroth is the rank of Duke. The metal most associated with Astaroth is copper. The planet most associated with Astaroth is Venus. The color most associated with Astaroth is green. The element is Earth. All right, pretty straightforward, easy peasy, not hard. We're still trucking along pretty good. All right, let's get this cup of coffee. All right, let's look into the areas that this entity can help and why you might want to reach out and work with them. Now, in the Goetia, the original purpose stated, tell the truth and reveal all secrets, can give knowledge of liberal sciences, and evidently knows how an entity fell from grace. Okay. Now, for that last one, let's be honest, you have to, in your particular tradition, you would have to deal with the battles between heaven and hell and all that and the fallen angels, which in all my research, that's a religious viewpoint, not anything that the entities themselves seem to care about or agree with. But there you go. It's there if that happens to be part of your tradition or belief. Not going to debate theology on that one. But let's look at the other part. Tell the truth and reveal all secrets and give knowledge of liberal sciences. Well, telling the truth, revealing secrets, that makes sense. Liberal sciences, well, that's a broad topic, and it actually would change somewhat from generation to generation on what that would mean. So that I can see why this one easily confuses a lot of people. So let's get into the modern day areas and rephrasings of this and things that myself and other magicians have worked and agreed with, that these are definitely areas Astaroth is skilled in helping you in. All right. First off, to know what you really want from a given situation. Boom. I love this one. I really, really, really love this one. We often dive into a situation with a goal, and half the time we don't actually know what we really want to come of that situation, because we may be shooting higher, we may be shooting lower, we may not be on target at all. And you may find that if you sit down with Astaroth and talk and find out exactly what it is you really want from a situation, not only does the path become clearer, you realize the goal is far easier to achieve than you realized. Or you may realize that you have unrealistic goals of a situation and you reevaluate. That's happened too. That has happened too. I've been on both sides of that fence. So I love sitting down and talking with Astaroth and trying to gain an understanding of what I truly want from a situation. All right. Next, gain an understanding of what you truly desire for your life. This one is a big one for me. This one is. Now, I do speak a lot with the dragons on this matter now, though Astaroth was really one of the ones early in my path to help me to understand what I wanted in life. I had a bunch of, let's say, expectations of ideals for what successful life was based on where I was born and grew up. There's almost a checklist that honestly most people in my home area make fun of. It's like, you go to school, check. You graduate, check. If you're going to college, you go to college, check. If you go to vocation, you go to vocation, check. You get married, check. You work, check. You have kids, check. Rinse and repeat. That's pretty much just the and it's a little maddening. And they had, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? And everybody just gets in there, and you can get stuck in that area. It's hard to get out. We wanted out, we got out, but we were still stuck in that checklist. We really were. And had I stayed stuck in that checklist, I wouldn't be having this conversation with you. So we really do have to give Astaroth thanks for helping me to understand what it was I truly wanted in life, what it was that I valued in life, what I was working for, what I believed in, what would actually make me happy. Because if he hadn't helped me to clear that up, I would not be here right now doing what I'm doing. I really would not. Very simple. So take the time, even if you think you know what you want, take the time, consider it. You might reach out to Astaroth just to have that conversation. You might be surprised what you find and learn about yourself as an individual or a person. Give it a try. All right. I am very grateful for that one. Very, very grateful. That one was life-changing for me individually. Um, Unleash a period of creative change and chaos. This one I also enjoy. This one some people don't enjoy. I like it. Some people don't. This is very simple. You are going to release change in your life. I would prefer and would recommend that when talking to Astaroth and asking for change, that you be specific on what you're wanting to change. Okay, you might even want to list in there what you're not wanting to change, because that change is going to come. He's going to start moving to bring you to that change, but it's going to come through a chaotic storm. Some form of chaos is going to take place in your life. It's going to uproot. It's going to churn up everything that's become stagnant, and it's going to work to help you achieve that change. Does that make sense? Now, here's the kicker. If some of those things you don't want to change are actually blockages that are damming up and preventing the change in general, you might, that could actually prevent some of the change, or it could take longer to change, or it could end up with those things getting uprooted anyways, because the only way you're going to get to the change, which was your ultimate goal, was to end up losing that. Be aware of that. A lot of people don't like that. People don't like that. They only want to get the one thing they want, and they don't want to think about the things that might be preventing them that they might have to give up. That can be a tricky one. That can be tricky. So be mindful of that one. The next area is to provide you with insight into practical solutions you can apply to simple or complex problems. I love this one. I love this one. Astaroth and me used to spend a lot of time talking, because I would hit a problem, I would get stumped, and I'd be like, all right, let's talk to Astaroth. And I'd go to Astaroth. And Astaroth would 9 times out of 10 just point to, like, it's like, well, if you do this, 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 you're done. And I'm like, and I didn't see it. I did not see it until he pointed out, and then I saw it. And it's just like, why didn't I see that? Whether it be simple or complex problems, he can actually help you with that. And he has helped me with that quite a bit in several different scenarios. And I am grateful for it. Many of those scenarios are sometimes personal or even deal with other people, which I don't have permission to share their specifics. So there's that. But I have found that just having the time to sit down, whether it be through evocation or meditation, and present the problem, he can drop that insight down on you really good. He used to be one of my main go-to, and still is, for finding a solution, a practical solution. Not always simple, but practical. I love practical personally as a person. Solution that I can apply to simple or complex problems. All right. The next point that we came to an agreement amongst me and my colleagues is help you to learn and develop scrying. I wished I could say I worked with Astaroth on scrying. Many of y'all know I love scrying. It's hands down my favorite divination. I use it all the time. But this is one area I didn't work with Astaroth in. I didn't. I worked with a lot of entities, but not Astaroth. That said, however, I do have a lot of colleagues who worked with Astaroth and worked on developing their scrying skill. Now, this is one area I want to go and talk to him about, though, because we are looking, I've had a lot of requests for doing an online course focused on scrying to add to our divination selections. And I need to talk to him, see if he'd be willing to work with us and be part of that course, and what kind of techniques and stuff that he would recommend that we put in there that focuses with him. So I do need to go talk to him about this specific one. I've not done that yet. I have mentioned to him I need to talk to him during the making of this video and getting everything ready. He's like, he'd be down for, he looks forward to having that conversation. But he was also very quick about, no, let's focus on the video. Okay. So he kept me off that rabbit trail. And finally, help to improve power of divinations. This I can say I have reached out to him for. This is one of those ones that I have actually reached out to him, but it wasn't scrying. I was working on, I want to say it was tarot, my tarot work at the time. I reached out for him in helping develop my tarot readings and my tarot practice is where I reached out to him. Yeah, that's what it was. So, and I actually have to say that that time working with him while I was developing my tarot reading, it was amazing. The way he allowed me to be able to pick up on more complex situations quicker really, really, really helped me. Really was. And any of those who took the tarot class on the online school, you will notice that class follows a format where we build step by step. Not only do we increase the rate that we're reading, how we learn the cards and put them together and add to what we're doing. Astaroth's the one that taught me that. Astaroth is. He really is the one that taught me that. And I want to say there's a few other people who mentioned it, and like looking back, I can see what they were saying. But he's the one that made it click and made it make sense so that I was able to apply it. And then later on, of course, made me have the ability to later teach it to other people. So I got to give him credit for that. And the last one is Astaroth can help you find friends, friendship, and or love. This one I think is the one a lot of people reach out to Astaroth the most for. Honestly and truly, I really do. They're seeking someone, a partner in life and love. They're seeking friends. Maybe they're low on friendship or whatnot. But I really think this is one of the ones Astaroth is more well known for. I'm kind of a hermit. I've not ever reached out and utilized Astaroth in this way. I know plenty of people have. And they've had great success with it, but I personally can't say one way or the other because I'm a hermit. And apparently I'm also charismatic because wherever I go, people want to talk to me anyway, even before I was on YouTube. So it's been one of those things where I keep to myself. I really do. I keep a very small circle of friends too. I'm not big on crowds, and too many people are not my situation to be in. I prefer to not be there. I can handle it. I can do it if need be, but I'd prefer not more often than not. So there we go. All right. Now we have not given the sigil, have we? But that's okay. We will go ahead and get that here on the screen. As you can see, pretty good sigil. In fact, this is a very common sigil. Most people have sent it, or not sent it, seen it. It's that 5-pointed star. Very common, very recognizable, beautiful sigil in my mind. All right, there we go. Now, that brings us, of course, to you all loving me doing the uns. And for those of people who will message me and telling me that you love hearing them in my Southern, thank you, because it is an area, I'll admit, I'm a little bit shy about, a little insecure maybe might be the word. So I appreciate it. Glad you guys are getting at least entertainment out of it, and it's helping. And as always, we'll make sure the words are here on the screen somewhere, just so you don't have to rely only in my pronunciation. All right, here we go. I got this one here. Tassa Allura Forin Astaroth. Tassa Allura Forin Astaroth. Tassa Allura Forin Astaroth. Tassa Fora. Tassa Allura Forin Astaroth. Tassa Allura Forin Astaroth. There you go. That is the one that I have found that seems to be the most common, popping up in the most locations, and is the most used. And speaking with colleagues, that seems to be the one most of them use. In fact, I haven't found a colleague that doesn't use this one. And in my research, I only saw one other one. And it was darn near impronounceable to me, I'll be honest with you. So there we go. Now, again, the not a necessary, can be a nice add-on. They can be a lot of fun. Depends on the person, figuring out whether you want to use them or not. Okay. Now, we usually close these videos with my personal experience with this entity. Kind of done a lot of that already, haven't I? So with Astaroth, when I see Astaroth, a lot of people have asked me, what does he appear like? If not those, like I said, he appears male. He usually is wearing comfortable clothing. Think almost like a robe would be the first one that comes to mind and is easy to wear. Also think kind of ooh, a jacket and comfortable pants, almost not a martial arts uniform, but that kind of loose fitting cloth, lightweight, top with the cloth, easy to move in pants. Something in that is kind of what I'm not really finding the words for it, and I apologize. Though I have seen him in kind of what looked like a leather armor, which I actually found quite intriguing. So oftentimes when I'm seeing Astaroth, there's a lot of this lightweight, comfortable, easygoing kind of concepts that he presents with. Like I said, I have seen him with a lot of snake embroidery and designs on him. I've seen him with a like pet snake. At no point has the snake ever been aggressive or threatening or any of that stuff with me. I have had a few colleagues that say the snake was a bit aggressive and whatnot, but Astaroth did work that in, and they began to talk about toxicity and poison, how you can poison your own relationships, what a toxic relationship might be, how you can poison your own goals, how do you remove this venom from your life, those kinds of concepts that may be brought into the conversations. And that makes sense to me. But it's not something that's been, I've personally dealt with. We did discuss the mount that I've seen, though I don't call it an infernal beast. Maybe it's just because I love Kodos from Warcraft. They're adorable. And I just couldn't see that dang thing as infernal in any way. But more often than not, he just shows up there. When I'm doing evocation, he'll appear very relaxed, very calm, very easy to talk to. I have always enjoyed working and speaking with Astaroth when I did. So yeah, that's pretty much it, other than all the stuff I did in the above section that we earlier talked about, where I went through the things I did and did not do. But I will say this, Astaroth has always come through. Now, when it comes to chaotic change, yeah, there's those creative periods, those periods of creative change and stuff. Yeah, I've seen those. And it can get really, 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 really chaotic. The advice I would give is keep your focus on the change you're wanting to achieve. Keep your lock and focus on it. Don't lose sight of it, because that's how you get through the chaos. If you lose sight of it, the chaos will go far longer. And if you lose sight of it for too long, you can actually end up grounding out your own work. Something to think about, something to consider. All right. Definitely give Astaroth a reach out and check in with him, see, work with him a little bit, see if he can help you in any of these points in your life. I think you would really enjoy it. All right. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give us a like, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you next time in the next video. This is Drake. I'm Drake. This has been Working Dragon Mystic. Take care. Bye-bye.